Have you ever had a day like this? You say yes to helping a coworker with their project, even though you're already swamped. You apologize to the person who bumps into you on the street. You listen to a friend vent for an hour, pushing down your own exhaustion. And when they finally ask how you are, you just smile and say, I'm fine. At the end of the day, you feel completely drained, a little resentful, and you can't figure out why. You did everything right. You were helpful. You were polite. You were supportive. You were kind. Or were you? Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a difficult but crucial topic, the kindness trap. It's the idea that many of the behaviors we've been taught are kind are actually subtle forms of self-abandonment. They're habits that over time don't just drain our energy, they strip us of our personal power, leaving us feeling resentful and unseen. This isn't about learning to be selfish or unkind. It's about redefining kindness to include yourself. It's about finding a way to be generous and compassionate from a place of strength, not from a place of obligation or fear. So, let's dive into the 5 things you might think are kind, but are actually making you powerless. Part 1, the peril of over-apologizing. First up, the chronic over-apologizer. You know who I'm talking about. Maybe it's you. It sounds like this. Sorry, can I just ask a quick question? Or, I'm so sorry, I think you might have sent me the wrong file. You apologize for taking up space, for having needs, for existing. You say sorry when someone else makes a mistake. Why do we do this? For most of us, it's a preemptive peace treaty. We do it to seem agreeable, to avoid conflict, or because we're subconsciously afraid of being seen as a bother. It's a way of softening our presence in the world. But here's how it makes you powerless. When "I'm sorry" becomes your default phrase, it loses all its meaning. So when you actually do make a mistake and need to offer a genuine apology, it carries no weight. More importantly, it signals to both yourself and others that your thoughts, needs, and even your presence are interruptions. You're essentially teaching people that you don't value your own voice. The empowered alternative is mindful apologies. It's simple, but not easy. First, make a conscious effort to notice when you say sorry. Pause. Ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong here? If the answer is no, try a different phrase. Instead of "sorry to bother you," try "excuse me, do you have a moment?" Instead of "I'm so sorry for the delay," try "thank you for your patience." This small shift in language is a massive shift in power. It changes you from being a burden to a person who appreciates others. Reserve your apologies for when they matter. A real apology is powerful. A chronic one is a form of self-sabotage. Part 2, the yes trap, agreeing to everything. Number 2 is a classic, being a yes person. You're the go-to person for everything because everyone knows you'll never say no. Extra shifts at work? Yes. Pet sitting for a neighbor on your only free weekend? Yes. Joining a committee you have zero interest in? Yes, yes, and yes. We do this because we want to be liked. We want to be seen as helpful, reliable, and indispensable. We're terrified of disappointing people. The word no feels confrontational, even selfish. But constant agreement makes you powerless by completely erasing your boundaries. It teaches people that your time, your energy, and your mental health are unlimited, free for all resources. The result is you end up overcommitted, exhausted, and often quietly resentful. Your own goals, your own rest, your own passions get pushed to the bottom of a never-ending to-do list that is filled with everyone else's priorities. The empowered alternative is mastering the kind no. Saying no isn't a rejection of the person asking, it's an act of respect for your own limits. And you can do it with grace. You don't need a 10-point excuse. A simple, clear no is enough. Try phrases like, "Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I won't be able to." Or, "I appreciate the offer, but I have to decline right now." Or, "My schedule is full, so I can't commit to that." Notice no long-winded apology, just a clear, kind refusal. A no to someone else is often a powerful yes to yourself. It's a yes to rest, a yes to your own projects, and a yes to your well-being. Part 3, the harmony keeper, avoiding conflict at all costs. Number 3 is the person who will do anything to keep the peace. You swallow your opinions during meetings, you stay silent when a relative makes an uncomfortable joke, you let small and sometimes big moments of disrespect slide because you believe that being nice means never ever rocking the boat. The drive to avoid conflict is deeply human. We're wired for connection, and conflict feels threatening to that connection. We think we are being kind by creating a smooth, harmonious environment, but this behavior makes you powerless by rendering you invisible. When you consistently silence your own thoughts and feelings, you're not actually preserving the relationship, you're just preserving a fragile, inauthentic version of it. Resentment builds under the surface. You also teach people that your boundaries are suggestions, not requirements. Over time, you can lose touch with who you even are because your true self is never allowed to show up. The empowered alternative is courageous honesty. Understand this. Genuine kindness is not about avoiding the truth, it's about delivering the truth with compassion. Real harmony isn't the absence of conflict, it's the ability to navigate conflict and come out stronger on the other side. So start small. Use I statements to express your feelings without blame. Instead of saying, "You always interrupt me," try, "I feel unheard when I'm not able to finish my thought." Instead of staying silent, say, "I see that differently," and then calmly state your perspective. Conflict isn't the enemy of kindness, dishonesty is. Having the courage to speak your truth is one of the most powerful and genuinely kind things you can do for yourself and your relationships. Part 4, the endless giver. Number 4 is the endless giver. You're always the one offering to help, lending money, providing a shoulder to cry on, or picking up the check. You give and you give and you give, and you never ask for anything in return. We often do this because we've internalized the message that to be a good person is to be completely selfless. We may even feel that asking for help is a sign of weakness or a burden to others. But a one-way street is not a relationship, it's a transaction. And when you're always the one giving, you become powerless. It creates a deep imbalance where you start to feel more like a resource than a person. People get used to your generosity, and it can quickly morph from a gift into an expectation. You're left feeling empty, unappreciated, and alone because you've never allowed anyone the opportunity to show up for you. The empowered alternative is to embrace reciprocity. Healthy, thriving relationships are built on a mutual flow of giving and receiving. Allowing yourself to receive is not selfish, it's essential. It lets other people experience the joy of giving and strengthens your connection. So, the next time you're struggling, reach out. Ask for a friend for help. Be specific. "I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Would you be willing to just listen for 15 minutes? When someone offers you a compliment, don't brush it off. Just say, "Thank you. That's really kind to hear." Start seeing your generosity not as an endless fountain, but as a well. It needs to be replenished. Allowing others to give back to you is how you keep that well from drying up. Part 5, premature forgiveness. Finally, number 5 is one of the most subtle but damaging habits. Forgiving too quickly and without any real resolution. Someone hurts you, they offer a quick, "My bad," and to avoid the awkwardness and discomfort, you immediately say, "It's okay, don't worry about it," even when it's not okay. We rush to forgive because we want to be seen as easygoing, magnanimous, and low maintenance. We hate the tension that comes with holding someone accountable. But this makes you profoundly powerless. When you grant forgiveness without accountability, you are essentially telling the other person that their actions had no real negative impact. You're giving them a free pass to do it again. You're also betraying yourself by dismissing your own valid feelings of hurt or anger. True healing can't happen when you just paper over the wound. The empowered alternative is forgiveness with boundaries. True forgiveness isn't about instantly wiping the slate clean. It's a personal process of letting go of resentment for your own peace, but it does not require you to forget or to instantly trust again. You can accept an apology while still holding firm on a boundary. You can say, "I hear your apology and I appreciate it. However, it's not okay for you to speak to me that way. If it happens again, I will need to end the conversation." This approach honors your feelings, communicates your boundaries clearly, and gives the relationship a chance to heal on a foundation of respect, not just avoidance. It acknowledges that forgiveness and consequences can, and often should, coexist. So, there you have it. Over-apologizing, saying yes to everything, avoiding conflict, endless giving, and premature forgiveness. They all wear the mask of kindness, but underneath, they chip away at your power, your voice, and your sense of self. True, sustainable kindness isn't about self-sacrifice. It's about self-respect. It's having the strength to honor your own needs so that you can give to others from a full cup, not an empty one. It's the clarity to say no when you need to and the courage to speak your truth with compassion. This isn't an overnight fix. It's a practice. So here's your call to action. Just pick one. Which one of these habits resonated with you the most? This week, I challenge you to take one small, conscious step to change it. Just one. Maybe it's replacing an "I'm sorry" with a "thank you." Maybe it's saying no to one small request. Reclaiming your power doesn't make you unkind. It makes your kindness more genuine, more meaningful, and more powerful than ever before. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.